All right, so you're not rich, you're not lean, you're not with the person you want to be with, and you're not where you want to be in life. If so, this video is going to be for you. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Warrior Soul Agoge, and today I have one of the most important topics, I think, for achieving success in this life, and that is focusing on process rather than focusing on results. Look, a lot of you guys are too focused on where you're at right now versus where you want to go. And when you do that, that does a few different things to your psyche. It causes you to constantly tear yourself down. And it leads to a lot of frustration, a lot of victim mentality, and a lot of inaction. I'm going to tell you guys a little story. A few years ago, I went through massive financial trouble. I ended up losing all my shares to Metroflex Gym Long Beach. I ended up going through a divorce, and I ended up filing for bankruptcy. And I was living out of my car. I had absolutely nothing. And when I think about that period of time, the best thing that happened to me was losing everything. Now, why is that? That's because up until that very first night, when I was living out of my Ford Focus, I was so fearful of everything. I spent my time just constantly wondering what the heck was going to happen. And on top of that, I was looking around at everybody. Because I was friends with guys like CT Fletcher and Mike Rashid and a lot of other people out of Metroflex. And I was looking around at how successful everybody else had become. And I had absolutely achieved nothing. In fact, I achieved less than nothing. I fell flat on my face and fell right into the gutter. And because I was so focused on that, focused on what I didn't have, focused on the fact that I was who I was, and I considered myself to be this awful person, this person that nobody would ever like or follow or anything like that. Because I was so focused on all those things, what I wasn't focused on were the things that I needed to do to fix it. But that day when I finally lost everything and I finally ended up living out of my vehicle, I realized something. And that was that I had nothing else to lose. And you know what? I slept like a baby for the first time in a long time, because I knew that if I were to just focus on how to get out of that situation, focus on the actions that I needed to take to get out of that situation, that I would be able to do so. And so I stopped focusing so much on what I didn't have and started focusing on what I had to do. Now, your life probably is nothing like where I was. It might be, right? But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're overweight right now, if you're not fit, if you're not healthy, if you're not in the relationship you want to be in, or if you don't have a relationship and you're having a really hard time finding somebody that you could be with, if you don't have a lot of money in your bank account, or you don't have the business that you always wanted to start, or if you're in a job that you absolutely hate, what you need to stop focusing on is that state you're in right now. All it is a signifier of what you've done in the past. And by focusing on it, all you're really doing is truly dwelling in the past. You need to focus on how you're going to fix it. Now, a lot of people are going to sit there and they're going to tell you, write down your goals, focus on your goals every day, repeat them to yourself every single day, create an affirmation around your goal. And here's the thing. Yes, you do want to define where you want to go, right? You definitely want to define what your vision is. You want to define that destination, and you need to work toward that destination. But if you're too focused on the destination, it's also a really bad thing, because lots of people set goals every single year. And it's my sincere belief that 99% of them don't get there to where they want to go because they're so focused on the goal in the first place. What they're not focused on are the little things that they need to do every single day to get there. Instead of focusing on goals, focus on your behaviors. How are you structuring your day? How are you showing up for your job, for your relationships, for yourself, right? Are you preparing yourself for everything that you need to encounter if you want to get to where you want to go? Are you reading? Are you learning? Are you incorporating valuable skills into your being, right? That process, everything that you need to work on to become the person that you need to become to be who you want to be, that's where your focus needs to be, right? And you need to work on that every single day. Too many people look at it like it's going to be a grand slam, like they're going to wake up one day from one single decision that they made and they're going to be successful. And far too many people, when they're trying to go after something, they give up because they don't achieve immediate success. When you start focusing on process, that helps you to structure yourself and helps you to learn what you need to learn. But what it also helps you to do is to look at obstacles in another way. When you start focusing on process, an obstacle isn't some curse that was delivered to you from God or the universe or because of bad karma. That obstacle becomes a blessing because with every obstacle, you're going to learn something. You're going to learn something valuable that you can carry with you that's going to turn you into who you need to become, a better, stronger version of yourself. Now, I hope this makes sense, guys. I know there's a lot of you out there who aren't where you want to be. And I want you to understand that that's okay. It's okay because if you dedicate yourself to changing that and you dedicate yourself to taking the actions every day that you need to take, well, that means you're going somewhere. It's not about where you're at right now. It's about where you're going. All right? Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Warrior Soul Agoge. If you liked what I had to say, please let me know. Hit that like button. And if you really, really want to hear more of my awesome content, and yes, I hope it's awesome, please hit that subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you know when I am publishing. Thank you guys so much. I'll be back at you soon with some more awesome content. Peace.